Have you ever found yourself lying awake at 3 in the morning, replaying a conversation in your head? You go over every word, every pause, every shift in tone, trying to assemble the pieces. You're looking for the key, the one piece of information that will finally make it all make sense. If you could just understand why they said that, or why you feel this way, you believe you could finally relax. You could solve it. You could fix it. This feeling, this deep gnawing hunger to understand, feels like a survival instinct. It's the mind's desperate attempt to draw a map of a territory that is constantly changing. It tells you that safety lies in knowing the layout of the land, in predicting the turns in the road. And so you spend your energy drawing maps, labeling every hill and river, every potential danger, and every possible shortcut. You analyze your past, hoping to find a blueprint for your future. You dissect your relationships, trying to create a neat diagram of love and connection. You read books and listen to talks, gathering concepts and theories, adding more and more detail to your internal map of reality. We all do this. It's a habit we learned so early we don't even recognize it as a choice. The world feels chaotic and unpredictable, and understanding feels like grabbing onto something solid. It's the belief that if you have the right explanation, you have control. But here's the strange part. The more detailed the map becomes, the less you actually look at the world around you. You spend so much time studying the lines on the paper that you forget to feel the sun on your skin or the wind in your hair. You become an expert on the description of a meal, but you never actually taste the food. This is the paradox of control, the very chase for understanding, which promises to give you power over your life, is what keeps you trapped on the surface of it. Think about it. When you're caught in that loop of trying to figure someone out, are you actually connecting with them? Or are you just interacting with your idea of them, with the character you've written for them on your mental map? When you're endlessly analyzing why you feel anxious or sad, are you allowing the feeling to move through you and teach you something? Or are you just holding it at arm's length, trying to tame it with a label? The architecture of our being isn't designed for this. Our mind is a wonderful tool for planning a trip to the grocery store, but we've put it in charge of navigating the entire cosmos of human experience. And the mind, doing the only job it knows how to do, tries to turn the infinite, living, breathing mystery of life into a tidy collection of facts and figures. It builds a cage for you, a very comfortable and well-explained cage, but a cage nonetheless. The bars of this cage are made from your own beliefs, your conclusions, your hard-won understandings. Inside, everything is familiar. Everything has a name. You feel safe because you believe you know the rules. But life, real life, happens outside the cage. It happens in the moments that defy explanation, the sudden gut feeling that tells you not to get on that bus, the unexpected wave of joy that washes over you for no reason while you're doing the dishes, the synchronicity of running into an old friend just when you were thinking of them. These moments don't fit on the map. The mind either dismisses them as coincidence or frantically tries to draw a new box to contain them. It fears the unexplainable because the unexplainable is beyond its control. So it convinces you to stay inside, where things are predictable. It tells you that stepping out into the vast, unknown landscape of direct experience is dangerous. What if you get lost? What if you don't know what to do? But the real danger is not in getting lost. The real danger is in spending your entire life studying a map of a beautiful country you never once set foot in. We are living through a time where the old maps are becoming useless. The landscape of reality itself is shifting. The familiar signposts and landmarks are disappearing, and trying to navigate with old explanations is like trying to use a 19th century nautical chart to sail through a modern city. The anxiety we feel is the tension between the mind's demand for a clear map and reality's invitation to just start walking. It's the friction between the old habit of needing to understand and the emerging capacity to simply perceive. We are taught to gather knowledge, to accumulate information, as if life were a test we could pass by memorizing the answers. But it's not a test. There are no right answers to memorize. There is only the experience of being here. The need to understand everything beforehand is an illusion, a ghost from an old way of being that no longer serves us. It keeps us in our heads, rehearsing for a life we are too afraid to live. It makes us spectators, not participants. You see this everywhere. People endlessly scrolling, consuming information about the world, feeling like they understand it better, but feeling more disconnected and powerless than ever. We've become collectors of concepts, curators of opinions, but we have forgotten how to simply be present with what is, without needing to name it, categorize it, or file it away. The transformation that is happening is a quiet one. It's a gentle release. It's the letting go of the need to have it all figured out. It's the discovery that true intelligence isn't about how much you know, but how comfortable you are with not knowing. It's the shift from a mind that clutches to a heart that opens. By the way, our shared space of light and awareness is on its way to 100,000 people. Thank you to everyone who subscribes and brings this moment closer. So, how do you step out of the cage? How do you put down the map and start experiencing the territory? You begin by noticing that you have more than one way of knowing things. The mind, with its loud, logical voice, has dominated the conversation for so long that we've forgotten how to listen to the quieter, more ancient intelligence that speaks through the body. This isn't a mystical idea. It's the most grounded thing in the world. Think about a time you had a gut feeling about someone. You just met them, and on the surface, everything seemed fine. They said all the right things, smiled at the right times. Your mind analyzed the information and concluded, this person is okay. But somewhere deeper in your stomach or your chest, there was a quiet, firm no. A feeling of contraction, of unease. How many times have you ignored that feeling, only to find out later that your body's initial assessment was perfectly accurate? That is reality communicating with you directly. It's information that arrives whole, complete, and instantaneous. It doesn't come in words or logical steps. It comes as a sensation, a pressure, a sudden knowing. Your body is an incredibly sophisticated instrument for perceiving the world, and it picks up on a vast spectrum of information that your conscious mind simply isn't built to handle. It feels the subtle dissonances in a person's energy, the hidden patterns in a situation, the underlying currents of what is really happening beneath the surface. When you're trying to understand everything with your intellect, you are trying to see the world through a keyhole. When you learn to listen to your body, you open the door. This is the great shift from analyzing life to participating in it. It's the difference between reading 100 books about how to swim and finally jumping into the water. In the book, you can learn about buoyancy, hydrodynamics, and different swimming strokes. You can become an expert, but you will never, ever know the feeling of the water holding you up until you let go of the edge of the pool. The transformation we are all moving through is exactly this. It's a collective letting go of the edge. For years, we've been clinging to our explanations, our ideologies, our certainties, believing they were keeping us safe. But they were just keeping us dry. And we are beginning to realize we were made for the water. True wisdom isn't collected in the mind. It's absorbed through the experience of the entire being. It's what happens in the moments you forget to think and you simply are. It's in the flow of a deep conversation where you aren't planning your next sentence. It's in the focused calm of creating something with your hands. It's in the simple act of walking in nature and just noticing the light filtering through the leaves. In these moments, you are not separate from life, observing it and trying to figure it out. You are life. You are a seamless part of what is happening. And in that state of participation, a different kind of knowledge becomes available. Solutions to problems you've been wrestling with for weeks can appear in a flash. The right words to say in a difficult situation simply arrive on your tongue. You find yourself moving with a grace and certainty that your analytical mind could never choreograph. This leads to the most profound change of all: learning to trust the state of not knowing. Our culture treats not knowing as a failure, as a sign of ignorance, but it's actually a higher form of intelligence. It is not an empty void. It is a state of pure potential. Think of it like this. When your hands are full, you can't receive anything new. When your mind is full of its own answers, its own conclusions and predictions, there is no space for the universe to offer you a surprising gift or an unexpected solution. The demand to understand fills every available space with mental noise. It's a constant, frantic monologue. What does this mean? What should I do? What will happen next? By letting go of that need, you create silence. And in that silence, you can finally hear. You begin to notice the subtle signals reality is always sending. The meaningful song that comes on the radio, the timely advice from a stranger, the recurring image or idea that keeps nudging you in a certain direction. These things aren't random. They are the language of a connected reality, a reality that responds to you and communicates with you. Once you create the quiet space to listen, trusting the not knowing means you're willing to take a step without seeing the entire staircase. You trust that your gut feeling, that sense of rightness, is a more reliable compass than any map your mind could draw. It's a profound act of self-trust. It's the recognition that the intelligence that guides the stars and grows the trees is also inside of you, and it knows the way. This isn't about abandoning your intellect. It's about putting it in its rightful place. It's a brilliant servant, but a terrible master. Let it organize your schedule, but don't let it dictate your destiny. Let it help you fix your car, but don't let it try to explain love. The journey is one of integration, of allowing the wisdom of your body and the intelligence of your mind to work together, guided by the quiet presence of your awareness. This is how you start living in a new way, aligned with the actual architecture of how things work. not with the old, outdated blueprints we were given. You start by taking a breath, feeling your feet on the ground, and allowing yourself, just for a moment, to not have the answer. And in that space, everything becomes possible. If this video changed something in you, time. 8. Write in the comments, I choose to feel, not just understand. Write it as your promise. Nobody